Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So this is my little 308 here. It's a 16-inch barrel, and um, I like shooting long range and whatnot, and shooting for really high, grades of accuracy and precision. But anyway, this is kind of a budget build, and I've put it in this Outlier chassis and put an Outlier barrel on it. Now, the Outlier barrel, for the most part, has been really, really good, especially for being as inexpensive as they are. I went with the heaviest contour they make. It's just a straight contour barrel, and of course, it's 16 inches or whatever. And this is built on a Ruger American Action. You can tell by the tri lug on the bolt here. And this thing generally produces really, really good groups. It shoots generally under 1 minute of angle. Usually around a half minute. Sometimes it can do a little better, but usually it's under a minute, which is good for, like a $250 barrel. But occasionally I have issues with it. Sometimes I'll take it to the range, and all of a sudden, like I'm shooting good groups and stuff. I'm either fire forming some new brass, or testing a new bullet or something like that, and I'll start out shooting really good groups with it. But then all of a sudden, after about 50 rounds or so, it starts throwing flyers. All of a sudden, the groups like open up to 1.5 to 2 inches. And it's happened a couple times on me, and it doesn't seem to matter whether I'm using a traditional cup and core style bullet, or whether I'm using some of those high grade, high dollar monolithics, like the Warner Tool Company Flatlines, or even the Patriot Valley Arm Seneca bullets, which I enjoy shooting because they're really good bullets. But the problem is this little guy right here. Let's see if I can get that to really zoom in. After about 50 rounds or so, it develops one of these in the chamber. So in between like the free bore area and going into the rifling, I'll end up with this little ring of copper. And I haven't really figured out a way to solve this problem, other than I've emailed Outlier about it. I just sent them an email today, and I'm waiting on a response. But this is the culprit, because at first I'm thinking, oh well, maybe I've got a bolt or a screw somewhere on this, in this assembly that's loose. I go through, retorque everything, and check everything, make sure nothing's loose. Check the muzzle brake, check the scope mount, the scope caps, and, on the mount, and check the action screws and everything, and make sure everything's tight. And, basically checking all the normal, usual suspects when it comes to having some sort of issue. And everything was tight. So I come home, and I kind of just put this brush in the barrel and turn it a little bit and pull it out, and out comes with that brush this little copper ring on there. And this has happened twice with this barrel. And as soon as I remove that little copper ring, go back to shooting it, everything's fine. Everything's all hunky-dory again. It shoots good again, and I don't have any more issues, at least for another 50 rounds or so. So I just want to put this out there for you guys that all of a sudden develop an accuracy problem and you're not sure what's going on. It could be this. And I'm kind of waiting to see what Outlier has to say for a solution on what to do, whether I have to send the barrel back to them and get another one, or what's going on. But I mean, for a really inexpensive barrel, I can't complain too much. It's really accurate, other than this problem that occurs about every 50 to 100 rounds or so, generally closer to 50 rounds through it. So I just kind of wanted to make, hey buddy, playing with the tripod. I just kind of wanted to make that known, and kind of wanted to show you guys and explain some issues that I'm having with mine, and maybe you're having the same issue and you can't figure out what's wrong with it. It very well could be this problem. So anyway, thanks for watching. Drop a comment, a like, or share to others. You know, you may know somebody that's having some accuracy issues and they may want to check this out. So we'll see you next time in the next video. Thanks for watching.